All right. Well, thank you all for joining me today. Today is going to be another day where I do some live Fiverr profile and gig reviews on this YouTube channel. So, for those of you who are new here, my name is Mike Nardi. I'm a freelance copywriter on Fiverr.com. I'm a prorated seller. I've been doing Fiverr for about 3 years. I also have, a history in my background experience as someone who's done a lot of sales. So the purpose of this type of live stream is to provide as many free tips and pieces of advice that I can to help a lot of you figure out some little things that you can tweak about your Fiverr profile or your Fiverr gigs to help you guys and gals make more money on Fiverr, operate in a more professional manner, and really just scale and grow your freelancing business. So I thank you all for joining the stream so far. I see we have a couple popping in the chat. I set this stream for 12:05 just in case I'd be late. So we'll go through some of the comments in the live chat. I'll just give it a minute or two before I jump into the first profile I'm going to be reviewing today. So I have about 10 teed up today. The people who I'm going to be showcasing today are people who have sent me an email. The email associated with this YouTube account asking me to review their profile and gigs for review. So if you're just joining for the first time, but you'd like your gig to be featured in a future video, please go to my about page. It's mikenarditv@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know your Fiverr username and which gig you'd like me to take a look at, and I'll make sure to do that for you in an upcoming live stream. 14D, thanks for stopping by, my friend. Jenny. So Jenny is one of the gigs I'm going to be reviewing today. So Jenny, thank you so much for stopping by. It's really nice to see you. Varun, hello. Nasir, what's up, fellas? What's up, Nasir? Thanks for joining. And Ilyas. So Ilyas, it's very likely that if I'm reviewing your gig, I would have sent you an email earlier today letting you know that your gig is on deck for today. If not, and your next comment is that you sent your profile to me a few weeks ago. So I'm currently working on a bit of a backlog. That's why I'm doing these live streams, trying to tee up like 10 at a time to really get through all of your submissions and provide some helpful tips. So if you've recently submitted your information to me for review, all I ask is that you please be patient. I'm trying my best to get through this. I've received like 500 of these since starting this about a year ago. Okay, so we're just about at 12:05. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll pull up the first gig and I'll go through it. And as I go through this, make sure that you are asking any questions you have, or if anything's unclear, hit me up in the live chat. I'll take a look between the chat and the gigs I'm reviewing between each gig. How's that? Okay, so give me 1 second here. Okay, so we should be good to go here. I'm just sharing my screen now. Can we get a yes, a thumbs up in the chat if you can see my screen share? Just let me know in the chat. Can you see it? Yes, no? I'm going to assume you're all able to see it. Okay, so this is the first profile we're looking at, Borik. So Borik is a graphic designer at your service from Poland. Okay, so first off, I'm going to make a quick comment on this. Really nice headshot. So one of the things that I always stress is when you're selling services, freelance, or in business in general, people like doing business with people, and especially on a platform like Fiverr, where you're literally competing against millions of other digital profiles of people all over the world. Any opportunity you can take to differentiate yourself, show that you're a human, is a good thing to do. So great headshot. I really like it. And I'm actually going to be putting out a video in the near future showing you all how to do professional headshots, even if you don't have a professional camera. All right, so his description. Greetings, service buyer. I'm Damien, and I'm young graphic designer. I have 3 years of experience. If you want quick and cheap help from a communicative person, feel free to contact me. I mainly use Adobe Photoshop and work with small images, photos, and logos. If you're interested, I'm happy to help. Okay, so I think it's pretty good. The only thing that sticks out to me is you mentioned quick and cheap. So if your value proposition is that you're quick and cheap, that's totally fine. But as someone who's been doing Fiverr for a long time, and as someone who knows that so many people who do graphic design and other things have so much skill and experience to offer, you don't want to start the conversation typically by saying, I'm cheap. It diminishes the perception of value in your buyer's mind, and it'll make it hard for you to command the prices that you want to command. That's the only thing I would change. I would focus on saying, hey, I'm quick and I provide top value. It's a better way of explaining that you're a good value for money. Okay, so this is the only gig you have. I will be your graphic designer. So starting with the subject line, I would probably change this. So one concept that I talk about a lot is the concept of SEO. Stands for search engine optimization. Basically, when you're creating a gig in a search engine like Fiverr, because Fiverr is a search engine, you want to make sure that you're structuring your gig and things like your title so that they align pretty closely to the types of things you think buyers might be typing in Fiverr search. So I don't think anyone's typing in your graphic designer. Instead, you might say something like, I will provide graphic design services, or I will help design your restaurant menu, or something specific like that. So this gig seems like it's pretty general: Photoshop editing, image manipulation. When you have a general gig like this, you're reaching really wide. You're going to be competing against a lot of sellers. I would focus on making this gig a little bit more niche down and targeted, and reflect that in your gig title. So looking at your portfolio. So looks like you've kind of edited, retouched some photos, designed some stuff for people, and these are from past gigs. People seem to like working with you. So what I'd recommend actually is maybe make like 3 or 4 graphic design gigs for each of your skills. So like Photoshop editing could be one, logo designing could be another gig, photo retouching could be another. Split them up to give yourself a better chance of reaching more people who are specifically looking for the thing that you're searching for. Okay, already I like how this description is laid out. So starting from the top, hello and welcome to my gig. I'm a graphic designer and Adobe Photoshop editor with 3 years of experience. I can assist you with most kinds of photo editing and graphics designing work. You will get your job done with not only quality, but with satisfaction. My services are background removal, background changing, resizing and cropping an image, photo image manipulation, color changing, and general photo editing. I'm not limited to these services, so if you don't see the one that you're interested in, feel free to contact me. I like that you put a why me section here at the bottom. So I will ask for every detail to make sure that your vision can come true. That's really good. Provide many revisions. So anyone who's been on this channel for a while, I do not like unlimited revisions. So maybe say everyone gets 2 free revisions. I don't know. That probably will save you a lot of time and money. And then you'll provide fast delivery, friendly connection, high quality photos. Overall, this is really good. My number one feedback is blaringly obvious here. This is a very general gig. You want to niche this down, think about some SEO, and split this up into like a handful of gigs that target specific things people might be searching for. And I think you're going to get a lot more interest. But overall, very nice. Thank you so much for submitting. Okay, going to go to the chat really quick before the next one. So Daily Dose of Halal. What's up, my friend? Thanks for joining. Usama Khan says, my gig. So if you've received an email from me today, your gig might be one of the ones we're reviewing today. Thanks for joining. We got Dab Ahmad. Hey, what's up, man? MD Farhan. Super Muslim says, yes. What's up, my friend? Saranga De Silva. I guess everyone's saying, yeah, you can hear me good. Nasir, didn't get a return email, sent another a few minutes ago. So please do not keep spamming me the same email. So I go through these in the order that they're created. If you're responding to or sending me multiple emails, it'll probably be bumping your email thread to the top of my inbox, which will only mean it'll take longer for me to get to it. So if you've sent it to me and you've sent it to the right email, just be patient. I will get to it in the order I've received it. please be patient. I'm doing my best here. We got Nayab says, hey, what's up? All right, so let's get into the next one here. And if you're noticing, you're here for the first time, no real format to this. I have a queue of these up. I'm just going to go through them and answer your questions as we go. So as I go through this, if you guys have any questions, hit them up. I'll take a little question break between each one. So we got Luke Soluki. I make profile pictures and YouTube banners. So the one thing I'm looking at here is you make profile pictures and YouTube banners. Your profile picture is just an L. I mean, it looks like you can do some killer stuff. Maybe make this a little bit more wowing, but that's just me. Anyways, from Finland, pretty new member. Okay. So description. Hello, I'm a new profile picture and banner maker. I will design a high quality banner or profile picture with pleasure. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will send you 2 photos of the banner, one for the, and then different size. Okay. So first thing, I have no clue why every word has the first letter capitalized. Like this stuff here, this just makes it uncomfortable to read for native English speakers like myself, which it seems like that's who you're targeting. So first thing, I would rework this and not have everything have the first letter capitalized. Second, it's good. It's okay that I guess that you're saying you're a new maker. I mean, I don't know if that instills a lot of confidence in people, but it's good that you're being honest. But what really stands out to me is you're talking about specifics about like the size and pixel dimensions of the things you can design in your profile. You should probably save that for your gigs and instead use this area to talk about you, why they should hire you, what you're good at, what experience you have, some projects you've done. This profile part should be focused on that. I think you should touch this up. Okay. So we'll go into this one. I will design you a professional YouTube channel banner. This is interesting. So I've actually hired someone to do this for me recently. So it'd be cool to see what you can do. Okay. So starting with the gig title, I will design you a professional YouTube channel banner. I think that's fine. I will design a professional YouTube banner image or professional YouTube channel banner image. You know, that's pretty good. And I think this is a pretty niche down service because like banner images for YouTube are very specific. Looking at your portfolio here, looks nice. I don't know. So I'd be curious, like, did you pull these from somewhere or are these things you've designed? If they're things you've designed, you know, do something like this where you're putting your name on it to show them what it would look like. Just having test kind of makes it feel like you're just pulling these from a template. But overall, it looks like you do pretty good work. Like these are some pretty cool looking channel banners. All right. Oh, back to the description. Every letter is caps. So anyone watching this, don't caps the first letter of every word. It is so uncomfortable for people who read English to read this. It looks like you're starting a new sentence with every word. Anyways, let's get into the description. Have you been looking for a YouTube channel banner lately? Then you're in the right place because I can make you a professional YouTube channel art for cheap. My banner skills are pretty basic, but I can definitely make you satisfied. I make anime and video game banners most likely. Why you should choose me? I do my job carefully until you're satisfied. I make the banners in 1 to 3 hours and my product is inexpensive. I respond quickly and I'll send you 2 pictures with different resolutions. And then he lists the resolution sizes. I have done this job outside of Fiverr for a few months. Rate if you like my product. Feel free to ask any questions. Okay. So you seem like a really nice, honest person, but there's a couple things here where you're being a little too honest. Like I've done this job outside of Fiverr for a few months. So first off, I would remove this altogether. I would say something like, I have experience doing this for a little while. Anything that might imply that you do work off of Fiverr, Fiverr doesn't like. And also you're being so bluntly honest that you're brand new. Maybe just tell them you have experience. You don't have to be so specific with you only doing it for a few months. This part here, my banner skills are pretty basic. why do you got to put yourself down? I would maybe say, check out my portfolio up here. That's the type of quality of work that I can create. And honestly, from what I'm seeing, this stuff looks pretty good. So maybe instead of saying your banner skills are pretty basic, say, hey, check out my portfolio and gallery section of my Fiverr gig to see the type of work and banners I can create for you. Overall, I think this gig isn't terrible, but it's just funny some of the things you've chosen to outline in the description, and your work looks really good. So I would change things like this, and I would also maybe remove this, and then make everything formatted properly in the description. You don't want every word capitalized. But overall, Luxu, thank you for submitting. Make a couple of those tweaks, and it looks like you have a good service here. Like, this all looks pretty great. So I wish you a lot of luck. Okay, back to the chat for a couple. So Mr. Creative says, sir, give me some trending gigs for me to get clients. So here's a tip. Don't just search for trending gigs. Offer services on Fiverr that you are actually good at. So I have a lot of videos on my channel that talk about some of the more popular Fiverr search terms and gig categories lately, but go based on what you're good at. Doing something you're really awesome at is going to be more profitable than doing something you're not so good at, but is trending. So good question. But yeah, take some time to think about that. Hello. Shiraz says hello. We got Kashani. Hi, sir. We got someone who's got a question here. And Yoav. So Yoav, if I've emailed you, then I will be reviewing your gig. If not, if you've recently submitted it, I go through these in the order that I received them. Okay. Next one is up. So we got, what do we got? J_David_May. I really like this profile picture. He's kind of like holding the guitar up. Really cool. You can tell from the photo he's doing something musical. And sure enough, I will help with all your musical needs. And he's got 82 5-star ratings. So good job, man. That is fantastic. He's from Mexico, and he's been on Fiverr for just over a year. Okay, so we'll start here. My name is David. I love music, and I love to help other people enjoy it. I am a multi-instrumentalist and music producer, being the guitar my main instrument. I have over a decade of experience transcribing musical scores. Feel free to message me or place your order. Honestly, other than a couple little grammar mistakes, I think that is a fantastic profile description. It's informative. It's clear. I know what you do, and you seem like a really nice guy. All right, so we'll go through this one. Seems like the most popular one. I will write a guitar or bass tab for any song. Cool. So professional guitar tab. So for those of you who have never played guitar, I've played guitar. A tab is basically like sheet music, but except for reading notes, they transcribe it into what's called a tab that tells you the fret number and which finger to hit the string with. It's an easy way for people to learn songs if they don't necessarily know how to read sheet music. So this is a pretty cool service. So I will write a guitar or bass tab for any song. Okay, so it's pretty specific, like guitar or bass tabs. That's a pretty niche thing. So I think that subject line is just fine. Let's get into the description. So please contact me first to get a precise quote, any music genre style. Write out guitar and bass tabs for any song. So accurately, note-by-note transcription for any instrument in Guitar Pro PDF tab format. Okay. I will take any video and audio and transcribe it by ear. Wow. Into tabs, including beats per minute, time signature, song keys, song marks, lyrics, chord sheets, and chord charts. Wow. You must be a very talented musician. You can transcribe by ear. I will give you the best guitar or bass tab. These are accurate transcriptions that allow you to learn. I also include the guitar profile. Okay, awesome. This is a good service. Play that song that you have always wanted to play. I will create high quality and accurate guitar tabs. So you'll get a lyric sheet with chords and chord charts, one instrument transcription, either guitar or bass, full transcription for guitars, bass, and drums. Prices may change depending on song complexity and timeline. Cool. Feel free to message me for your order. See all of my gigs, and then he links to his profile. This is a fantastic gig, man. This is the first time I've reviewed a seller who can transcribe music into tabs by ear, and it seems like you're doing a really awesome job. I don't really have any tips or advice for you. Thank you so much for submitting. You got orders in the queue, bunch of 5-star ratings. Keep up the good work, and thank you so much for your submission. Just before I go into the next one, we got Free Fire TV says, where can I provide my gig link, guys? So you'll actually have to email it to me. There's an email address linked on the about page of my YouTube channel. It's MikeNardiTV@gmail.com. Send me an email outlining what your Fiverr username is and which gig you like me to review. And when I get to your spot in my email inbox, I will add it and include it in a future live stream. So, this is a weird. So this isn't really. This is weird. I'm a level 2 seller on Fiverr, but I haven't. You don't have any orders? I don't know how you would become level 2 then. Mr. Creative wants to sell NFT art and he needs coding knowledge. So, sounds like I don't know if there's a question here, but it sounds like you need to learn to code. I know there's a lot of free resources and helpful courses online that can help you with that. All right, so let's get into the next one here. We'll go back to the chat after this one. So we got Nathan Demerin. So I'm Nathaniel Demerin under the username Nathan under Demerin from the Philippines. I'm a video editor and graphic designer with 3 years of experience in the creative industry. And I'm now offering my services here in Fiverr as a video editor to help you edit and provide well-crafted videos. I've been editing videos mostly for businesses, travel vlogs, and weddings. My prices are still on sale, so we can have the best starting point in working together. If you have some questions or you want a video editor, kindly message me here on Fiverr. I reply quickly. This is a fantastic profile description. I think it's really good. All right, let's get into the gig here. I will do video editing for short videos. I think this is a great gig title. So a year ago, I might have thought that it's not so good because it's so general. However, YouTube has recently released YouTube Shorts. So I think a lot of people are searching on Fiverr for video editors to help with short videos. So I think that's really good. I'm not going to play this just in case there's any copyrighted music or anything like that, but this looks pretty good. I'm going to assume you do a pretty good job. So about this gig, I'm Nathaniel and I'll do video editing for short videos. I have 3 years of experience and will ensure 100% attention to details. Nice. In this gig, I can edit short videos for commercials, corporate videos, real estate, weddings, travel vlogs, drone videos, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and much more. Exclusive offers waiting for you. Wow, unlimited revisions. I don't like unlimited revisions. I think it leaves us sellers really vulnerable to be taken advantage of. And 100% satisfaction guarantee or your money back. So I don't know how you actually can give money back on Fiverr. I don't think it's possible. So I think this gig is fantastic, except for this. I don't think unlimited revisions are a good idea. And this whole 100% satisfaction guarantee, maybe just leave it at 100% satisfaction guarantee, even though that's kind of impossible to guarantee. But offering them their money back is, I think, impossible on Fiverr. It would mean they would have to submit a case with Fiverr Resolution Center, and that wouldn't be good for your gig statistics. So I would probably leave that out. And then you put a little note here. So I value the uniqueness of your vision for your video. So please message me before and we could talk. Overall, this is really good. This is the only problematic area I'm seeing here. So maybe review that and you might be able to protect yourself a little bit better with this gig. All right, so we'll go to the chat for a few and then I'll come back to the next one. So CSS Aspirant says, sir, I have sending for 2 weeks. So yeah, you're going to have to be patient, my friend. I have a pretty big queue that I'm working through. I'm going as fast as I can, but I will get to it. So I appreciate you. Okay. Any other questions? So Free Fire TV, I think we just answered that. Samuel Gabriel. So if you haven't received an email from me today, it's because I haven't gotten to your gig yet in my email inbox. If you'd like to submit it to me, you can send an email to MikeNardiTV@gmail.com outlining your Fiverr profile name. That email address is attached to the about page of this YouTube channel. Any general tips from Darsh? Check out my channel. I have 200 videos, a lot of general and specific tips for you guys. All right, next one. So I see a lot of you putting your usernames in the chat. I'm not going to be reviewing any gigs from the chat today. If you look at the screen here, I have a bunch already queued up. These are the ones we're reviewing today, but send me an email. I will definitely review yours in a future video. All right, so we got Zohi Rul Islam 762. Amazing picture. I love headshots, and like they don't have to be hard. Like this is a picture. He was outside, nice natural lighting, got his hair done up, nice buttoned up shirt. Looks really great. That's all you need. A really nice picture of yourself. Great job with that. So starting with his profile tagline, it says print, editorial, and UI design. Cool. 12 reviews, almost 5 stars. That's great. From Bangladesh and has been on Fiverr for a few years now. Awesome. Very fast response time too, which is really important. All right. So description time. Hello, everyone. This is Zohirul Islam, a full-time print, editorial, and UI designer. Oh, cool. In addition to print materials, I design elements from the web from time to time. I'm passionate about creating quality projects and do my best to satisfy my clients. I have years of experience in this field, having done both local and international projects. Please feel free to contact me about your required design, and I'll work with you to come up with a superior outcome. That's a perfect profile description. You talk about how this is actually your full-time job. You've done local, international work. I have a lot of faith in you after reading this. So that's kind of what you got to aim for when it comes to profile description, and you did a really good job. So, which gig should we review? I'm going to go with the business brochure because these actually, no, we'll go with this one. Resume design. So starting with the title, I will design clean, minimal, and professional CV or resume. I think that's pretty good. I personally, if I was offering this type of service, I would probably shorten it up and say I will provide creative resume design, or I will do professional resume design. I think that like minimal is unnecessary. Maybe clean. I will design clean, professional looking resumes. Having CV or resume in there, I don't know if that helps for SEO. I would try to focus it more in on resume design or professional resume design being the main focus keywords, but I think it's fine. I'd be curious to know how many impressions you're getting. You could probably get more if you made this a little bit more focused on that keyword of resume. They look good. I mean, like I've reviewed resumes, quite a few resumes in past jobs where I've been, hiring for people in a call center and things like that. And the number one thing I hated was getting a resume that is just like a block of text on one page or like 5 pages. It's like impossible to focus on. And it's just a drag to review. These resumes look really good. So as someone who has reviewed them on the other end, and also I've applied to a lot of jobs in my life, I would personally use this type of a resume layout for myself because I think it looks really, really good. So great portfolio. You have 5 pictures here, all showcasing a different style of resume. I think it looks fantastic. Good job. All right. So as for the description, so greetings, everyone. Are you looking for a clean, minimal, and professional looking CV or resume to get your dream job? Then you are in a great place to get your CV or resume design done. We will be in this journey together. A professionally designed CV or resume will attract HR managers and recruiters within a short time. And as a designer, I am devoted to create a professional CV or resume that will impress recruiters and get you hired. Nice. Things I will design: CV or resume, cover letter. I do not provide CV or resume or cover letter. Oh, that's good to specify. So he designs it. He doesn't write it. That's good that you put that there. Why choose me? Minimal, clean, and professional layout. Print ready PDF and source file for you to edit. Unlimited revisions. Again, on the revisions, I'm not a fan, but it's there. Every design will be new and done from scratch. VIP customer support, US letter A4, or any size you want. So it lists the file formats and things he needs to get started. This is cool. Full content on your current CV or resume in a Word doc or however you like. High quality images, headshots, anything more you want to add. Order now and get professional design at an affordable price. So interesting. You do the design, but you don't actually write the content. So it's good that you specify that. I think this gig is fantastic. The only, like, looking at this and knowing that you don't write the resume, if you were able to get to the point where you could, or like if you wrote this description, that would be offering the design and the writing service. You could like charge $150 per resume if you could offer both. So for anyone watching this, if you do this type of resume design and you're willing to put in the time to also learn a bit of copywriting so you can write the resumes too, you could go from charging like $5 per resume to like $100 per resume. Trust me, resume writing is in high demand. I've seen Fiverr sellers going from 20, 50, 100, 200. I've even seen people selling resume services for like $500. Because think about it. You're designing and writing something that's going to help someone get paid. So if you want to learn how to write these things, check out, I have a recent video. It's called a practical copywriting course. It's on my YouTube channel. It's almost 40 minutes. It's free. And, you know, if you go through the exercises and practice and make this a mission of yours for this year or next year, you might be able to offer this type of resume design and writing service, which will really up how much you're able to charge for this. But Zohirul, for this gig here, that aside, it looks fantastic. It's written really well. Your work is great. Awesome job. I wouldn't really change anything other than maybe long-term thinking about getting into that writing element as well, because you'd be able to charge a lot more for this. Really good job, though. All right, we'll do another couple chats before getting into the next one. So more guys, I see you sharing your usernames for Fiverr in the chat. That's totally fine, but if you want me to review them, email them to me. I'll add them to a future live stream, and I'd be more than happy to review them for you. But you got to email me. And if you've already emailed me, don't email me again. Just wait. I will get to them. I go through them in the order they are received. Okay. So Mark says, I feel like the best way to get people to engage on these lives would be to get the gigs from the chat for people that are watching. So Mark, I appreciate that. It's just, that would be too hectic for me. And then, you know, some people won't get theirs reviewed. I want to make sure I can provide tips for everybody. So send me an email. I get to them in the order they're received. And the good thing is, once I review them, these live streams are saved on the channel. So they become a resource for everybody, because you can review reviews of other gigs and learn tips that might apply to yours as well. I appreciate the comment, but yeah, that is what it is. That's what the point is. The point is to provide some helpful tips. And there's a lot of people who want tips. So I'm trying my best to do, you know, something for everybody. Okay, next one here. So Ahmed Salim actually said that he's decided not to sell on Fiverr anymore, so won't be reviewing his. All right, Jenny Hubert. So Jenny is in the chat here. Jenny, I actually see Jenny in the chat responding to Mark. Yes, so the idea is that everyone can learn something, even from watching other people's gigs get reviewed. So Jenny, thank you so much for submitting your profile to me for review. For those of you who don't know, Jenny is a long-time follower of this channel. I see her in the comments a lot, so I really appreciate you, and I hope your Fiverr journey is going well like everybody else. So first off, headshot. I like it. It's kind of cool that it looks like she has consistency both in her profile photo all across all of her gigs. So you're wearing the same shirt, kind of same backdrop. That is an example of kind of building a brand. So if you sell stuff like blog post writing, for example, to people who might be repeat buyers, it gets them to know who you are as a business. So I really like that you used the headshot, and I really like that you've used it across your images. I try to do that myself, but even my gigs, they're not all the same. So really good job there. So her profile tagline here is, I am a freelance writer and editor with a super long TBR list. So is TBR to be read? I don't know. I feel like I should know this because I'm a writer too, but I don't know what that means. So a little feedback there. Maybe that is a little confusing for people, but maybe it's, a prompt to get people to ask what that is. So Jenny, feedback for that is TBR list. I don't really know what that means. Is it to be read? Maybe, I don't know. That's overall, other than that, pretty good. So she's got 257 5-star reviews. So she's obviously killing it. And it looks like she probably has a gig that she used to sell that she took down, because she's got 257 here, but I'm only seeing like 50 or 60 on the profile. Great work. Description time. So I'm a freelance writer, editor, and a little bit too much of a perfectionist when it comes to writing. I love reading, and I specialize in editing and critiquing short stories, which I've been doing for 8 years. Wow. My writing workshops include fairy tale literature, writing for publication, creative nonfiction, writing the screenplay, and story structure. Thereafter, I am familiar with a wide variety of genres and can provide a valuable critique of your work. Okay, that's pretty cool. So it looks like she listed not only, a little bit about her, what she loves, which is great. That's, a really important thing to do to make your profile human and kind of help use this type of real estate on your Fiverr profile to sell who you are and why people should hire you. So that's really good. But she listed writing workshops that I'm assuming she attended. So that's adding some validation and some social proof, or like actual course proof that she's done certain things. She has experience doing this, and she actually listed that so people can look up what those things are. I think this is a solid profile description. It, talks about who you are, why they should hire you, and also gives some supporting background on your experience, how long you've been doing it, and some of the things you're proficient in. So overall, I think that's very, very solid. Okay, so I will write a blog post for your website. So I think we'll go with this one. It looks like her most popular gig. So I will write a blog post for your website. So from a subject line perspective, Jenny, I think that it's good. And obviously you are getting orders, which is good. And you have 59 people have saved this gig, which is good. But one piece of feedback I'll give, and this is something I've been trying to do myself a lot lately, is trying to find ways to be targeted with every gig that we're selling. So I know that's tough to do with things like blog posts. And let me just check back here. Yeah. So lately I've been thinking a lot about making even gigs like blog post writing specific to a specific type of industry. So for example, we live in a world where everyone seems to be starting a website, online business, YouTube channel, Instagram, whatever. A lot of like fitness people, healthy foods, gluten-free, keto, workout, tech. There's so many different content portals and content channels we can go to. So when it comes to writing blog posts, I think this is fine, but maybe experiment with creating a second gig that's like, I will write a tech blog post for your website, or I will write a tech review post for your website, or I will write a fitness blog post for your website. I know it seems a little monotonous and you're going to be niching down, really, really niche down, but something like blog post writing, it looks like you're a skilled writer so far. It's there's a lot of writers. So not that means it's impossible to compete. And I think you know how I feel about competition, but any opportunity you can take to niche that down, so you are targeting a very specific pool, a smaller specific pool of buyers looking for a specific thing, will help make it easier for people to decide on this blog post writing gig versus another. For example, if someone's looking for a blog that's a tech review of like the new MacBook, and they see that you are a tech review blog post writer, that would give you a leg up on anyone else they're considering. So that's just something to think about. I'm just thinking out loud. This is something I've been thinking a lot of myself. So just a little feedback there. The gig image is fine. Yeah, professional blog post, 500 words, researched and proofread. It's a little vanilla, I'll be honest. I'm not a great graphic designer myself. I think having your image here is fantastic. As you grow as a Fiverr seller, it might be something to, think about making a little bit more, wowy thumbnails. It's something I'm trying to learn myself, but, maybe spice this up a little bit, pay someone like $5-10 on Fiverr to turn this exact thing, like the same text and same image, but just like maybe the background or something. I don't know. Thumbnail and subject line are super important for getting clicks. And I think this could use just a little bit of love. Okay, description time. So I'm a freelance writer with a bachelor's degree in communication arts with a concentration in writing and a minor in literature. Okay, so that first line is great. We know you're the real deal, just based on the first line. So that's really good that you included that. I have gained experience writing blog posts at 2 professional internships during my college education and taking rigorous college courses like researching writing methods and writing for publication. Okay. Here are my favorite topics to write about: lifestyle, movies and books, writing, Catholic and Christian faith and spirituality, Disney movies, and parks. Cool. I will follow the 60-30-10 rule in writing your blog post, which means 60% researching and outlining, 30% writing, 10% proofreading. That's really good that you include that. I will not manage your blog, brainstorm ideas for your articles. That's an additional fee. It's good that you specify that. And each post includes up to 30 minutes of research, $15 per 30 minutes after. Please prepare your blog post idea, your website link, and possible title. I encourage you to message me before you make an order. Jenny, I mean, this is a fantastic gig description, really. This intro here really sets the stage for how qualified you are and why people should consider you. This here, I think this is good. And this goes back to kind of my little rant on the niching down the subject line. I saw you had some Catholic and Christianity-based gigs, but yeah, like you could niche down to do like lifestyle blog posts, movie and book review blog posts on Disney park reviews. Like, there are opportunities for us to experiment with niching down. I think you have an opportunity to do that. But that aside, this gig itself is fantastic. This specifically and this. So I think this is really good. So I get a lot of people, I don't know what to call them, but people who are really savvy and they're looking to hire a writer and they know a little bit about writing. They're like, what's your process? Having it outlined here adds a level of trust, saying, hey, you give me a topic, I'm going to spend 60% of the time that I spend writing this, researching it and writing the outline. And then 30% of that's writing, 10% proofreading. You leave nothing up to the imagination. And I think that builds a lot of trust to people who are considering hiring you. So I think that's really good. This is good as well. So I will not manage your blog and I will not brainstorm ideas for your blog. So for anyone else watching this, as a writer, this is something you really need to specify to people considering hiring you. So a lot of people expect copywriters to be able to come up with the idea and deliver on the idea. So I call these kind of lazy buyers, where someone says, hey, creating a blog could be profitable. I'm just going to hire a copywriter to basically do all the ideation and brainstorming and topics and everything and writing for that blog. You can do that for people, but you got to charge them for it, because if they just say, hey, I'm a fitness blog, write me 5 fitness blogs, and they don't tell you what each one has to be, that puts a lot more work on your plate, because now you have to start thinking about that. You have to start thinking about what their SEO strategy is, things like that. Really good that you outlined that there. And for anyone else watching it, you should consider doing the same. It will save you from a lot of ambiguous situations. And being in an ambiguous situation after you've received an order is not good. It'll lead to missed expectations and you kind of spinning your tires, not knowing what to do. Really good that you included that, Jenny. So overall, really great gig. I don't have any negative feedback, really. I mean, I would maybe make the thumbnails a little bit more wowy. I know this is tough because I'm not a designer. I don't know what specifically I would change. And then maybe experimenting with niching down on your gigs. But overall, I think, with the amount of reviews and orders you've already accumulated, it's apparent you're doing a fantastic job. So thank you so much for submitting. Really appreciate you being here. And thank you. All right. So before we get into the next review, I'm just going to look to the chat for a couple of comments. Nasir says, could you help advise us on how to win buyer requests, like how to get better at writing them? So I do actually have a tutorial on this, and it's been brought to my attention that Fiverr Seller Plus actually gives priority access to buyer requests. So I might do a little review on that as well. But for now, I have a buyer request tutorial you can check out. I hope it's helpful. AJ, so if you want to submit your gig for review in a future video, the email is mikenarditv@gmail.com. It is also on the About page of this YouTube channel that you can check out. And then just last one before the next review is Ryan says, hey there, really appreciate and enjoy your videos. Appreciate you, man. I hope these are helpful. The whole idea is to help everyone improve as a freelancer together. So, thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, cool. Let's get into the next review. So we got Osin O'Connor. So excited to work with you. Contact me so we can start. So I'm a big fan of headshots, right? But if this person is a designer, which I'm starting to feel they are, I'm also not opposed to a designed image. So I have a couple friends who are in UI or UX design, and their LinkedIn photos are like digital versions of themselves. I think that's cool too, because it kind of fits into the niche that you're targeting. You're showing that you're creative, that you're into design, and you've designed yourself. So that's totally cool. You get a pass. Normally, I'm all about the headshots. I think that's fine. So the top of your profile, so excited to work with you. Contact me so we can start. So that's not bad. I mean, common best practice is people do a little one line of what they do to give people an idea. However, that is kind of fresh, right? Like it feels fresh. People might message you. It's a breath of fresh air. You might want to change it. You might not. I'll leave that totally up to you. All right, so the description. So hi, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Oisin. I am a teenager based in Ireland with experience in graphic design and photo and video editing. If you are interested in getting a unique and recognizable logo, feel free to contact me. I put 100% effort into all of my orders and ensure that you are completely satisfied with your orders. Kind regards, Oisin. I think that's pretty good. I maybe the one thing I would maybe go a little deeper in is when you say I have experience in graphic design and photo and video editing. I would maybe be more specific, like how do you have experience? In what areas? What have you done? What projects have you worked on? Did you take it in school? Is it part of your job? Do you run a YouTube channel? I would maybe go a little deeper in there, but overall, I think this is a really human-sounding, well-written profile description. So nice work. Oh, I got to go with the NFT one. So I made a video about this. NFTs are like going crazy lately, and I actually think there's a huge opportunity on Fiverr to offer services around NFTs. So I've been doing some work lately with NFT companies myself as a copywriter. And, NFTs are most of the time these pieces of digital art. If you're a designer, if you can make cool clips, videos, whatever, could be a great opportunity. So I'm gonna review this one because it's such a hot topic right now. All right, I will create CryptoPunk style NFT art that will sell. So this Oisin definitely knows a thing or two about SEO. So for those of you who don't know, NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. They're these little digital assets that have been really popular lately. People are spending millions of dollars buying them. Like think Pokemon cards, but digital, but for a lot of different things. That's what they are. And there's a collection called CryptoPunk that I think has broken records for being the most high value collection. I think we're in like the tens or hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know specifically. So saying I will create CryptoPunk style NFT art that will sell, that's a pretty strategic gig title. I think it's really good because a lot of people are seeing these CryptoPunk collections and are coming to Fiverr to try to make some of their own. So I think you're being very creative there. This, I don't know. I don't know if you can use OpenSea's logo on a commercial platform like Fiverr. Maybe you want to remove, if you've designed these things in the background, maybe remove OpenSea's logo. I don't know this for certain. You want to check with, I don't know, read up on copyright laws and things like that, trademark laws. But I'm not a fan of putting other companies' logos on a gig where you are selling a service. Seems like a sticky situation. But overall, these pictures, it's good that you're showing the type of art you can design. A lot of people are looking for this right now. All right, so first line, message me before ordering. I think that's always a safe thing to put in every gig. Do you want to make some serious money with your own NFT collection? I'm here to help. That is a fantastic hook. Really good. NFTs or non-fungible tokens are taking the crypto market by storm, and some people who are getting in early with great concepts are making money. That is true. The industry is largely dominated by art and collectibles, and specifically the pixel art, which has become quite trendy on the many NFT markets. NFTs like CryptoPunks have sold millions of dollars in just the last few months. In this gig, I will create the art you need to make your own NFT collection on OpenSea or Rarible. All you need is the concept. Message me to make your crypto dreams come true. Okay, really good description. Only thing I think you need to specify, and this is based on what I've seen other people selling NFT stuff is how many attributes, how many different types of hats or variations of the NFTs are you going to include? So you kind of are vague about it in the packages. I think that if you include that in the description as well, you have a rock solid description and it would be fantastic. Those are all my tips. Overall, this is really good. I would maybe remove OpenSea's corporate logo because I don't know if you have, the rights to share that on something you yourself are selling, and then maybe add some specifics in the description. And I think you'll be off to the races. I think this is going to be a very popular gig. Thank you for submitting. All right. Okay. Oh, sorry, Jenny. You wanted me to review one of your gigs that wasn't doing so well. If you're in the Discord, put up one of your gigs in the Fiverr gig promotion tab, and if I have some time, I'll give you some quick feedback. But yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. I apologize. Okay, so quick question from Usama. My gig was first page on my keyword. I changed the little description after changing my gig is not on any page, and gig active impressions and clicks not coming. How do I find my gig again and rank on first page? So number one, Fiverr search is based on an algorithm. So where you see your gig might not necessarily be where buyers see your gig. So that's number one. Don't stress too much about which page you're seeing it on. What I will say is, I'm missing information here. So like when you say first page on your keyword, what keyword was it and how many results were there? If it's like first page of like 40 results, that doesn't matter, right? If you recently changed your gigs, I would give it some time. It can sometimes take a couple of days for your stats to repopulate. But yeah, I think you're focused too much on finding which page your gig is on, but you should mainly be focused on writing gig descriptions and titles that accurately depict your services and also are strategic with the SEO you're implementing. I think if you do that and you're offering a service that's actually in demand, you should be fine. So yeah, I don't really have enough information here to really give you an advice. And again, just want to stress that the algorithm, it's an algorithm. It's different based on what people's search preferences are. So keep that in mind. Oh, Hassie says, I'm a seller with one order completed, but no orders now. Can you please give me a review? So you'll need to submit your profile to me for it to be reviewed on this channel. So there's an email on the About section of this YouTube channel. Shoot me an email. Once I get to your submission, I'll definitely review it. So Shinaj says, I have 2 reviews and 4 completed orders, but I'm getting less impressions and clicks after I change my gig name. How can I get more impressions and clicks? Maybe change your gig name back to what was working really well. I mean, that seems like the obvious one there. I hope it helps. All right, next one. So we got 3 left. Esther Mwende 911. Beautiful profile picture. It looks like it's professionally done. Really, really good. So she's an experienced IT and information security professional, database developer with excellent relational database management skills, good experience in designing static and dynamic websites, dealing in .NET and WordPress, good command over written, eye-catching technical content in various language. Wow. process like Microsoft Office, LaTeX, and TextWorks. Typing speeds up to 60 words per minute. For further information about portfolio speeds, please visit my guides. That is a fantastic gig description. She seems like the real deal. So let's get into one of these. Which one? Interesting. So IT and information security professional, database developer, but then the gigs are articles on research and procurement logistics. So this one seems to be related. SEO article. So doesn't really list here that she's a copywriter. And then technical research on cybersecurity. So I'm going to go with one of the ones that align with, what she does. So let's go technical research. So starting with the subject line, I will do technical research on cybersecurity and forensics. So I think that's a good subject line, right? Technical research is probably the main focus keywords here. And then it's specific to cybersecurity and forensics. I think that's fine. I don't know how in demand or searchable that is on Fiverr right now, but I do know that as an industry, cybersecurity is huge. So I think this could be big in the future. All right. So the description, researching and developing technical paper highlighting security issues, providing guidance and analytical services for assessing security threats. Main focus, cybersecurity, cloud computing, penetration testing, threats and vulnerability assessments, digital and network forensics, common vulnerability exposure reports, computer networks, blogs, content rewrite, information security. Wow. Cryptography, Internet of Things. Geez, okay. I can provide you with plagiarism-free tech SEO content, ensuring high-quality Okay. I can provide you with plagiarism-free tech SEO content, ensuring high-quality vocabulary and grammar use. With 4 years of experience of content writing and background of computer science and information security, I can help you create the tech content, triggering high-volume traffic on your website and resolving tech issues with the help of my content. So I'm a little confused. So this first bit seems like she's writing technical papers to highlight various security issues that people might be concerned with. And then this last point looks like she's writing SEO blog content around in the tech space. So I think that you have a lot of experience, obviously, and you're probably very good at what you do. But for this gig, for example, I'm a little confused with what exactly you're offering. So my advice would be to figure out, like, are you doing technical writing and technical research? Like, the gig is for technical research, and then it kind of sounds like you're doing like a blog post or like articles for a tech publication. I would spend some time rereading this and maybe thinking about what the specific outcome you're trying to deliver is, and create this gig to align with that. You obviously have the skills. I just think the direction is a bit misguided. But those are my tips. Thank you for submitting. All right. So we got Lucas. So looks like he's lecturing. That's pretty cool, like a TEDx or something. I like that. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. I think that is a very clever profile line. I like it. Okay, so my name is Lucas, and I am a strategy consultant at a top-tier consulting company, angel investor, former entrepreneur, and former VC. Wow. I founded and served as CEO for a tech startup in the US and became an investor after I sold the company in a tech acquisition. Wow. As a consultant, I concentrate on finance, valuations, and digitalization in the startup to mid-sized sector. I feel passionately committed to facing every challenge, working hard, and expanding my mental boundaries in order to achieve the best results for my clients. Looking forward to our collaboration. Let's get to work. Holy smokes. Okay. So this guy seems like some Silicon Valley millionaire who's like semi-retired now using Fiverr for a hobby. But anyways, that's a fantastic description. I mean, Lucas, just reading it, I feel like you're the real deal, man. Curious to know what brought you to Fiverr. Is this, are you doing this out of passion or for money? Like anyone who's, been a VC, has had their tech company acquired, I assume you have some money saved. So Just curious. All right, let's and it's reflected in his prices. Like he's obviously not like he's offering services based on what seems to be many years of experience in running businesses in tech. So for this gig, he will build an investor-proof startup business plan. I think that is, just given how specific your experience is, I think this is a fantastic subject line. And I like that you show, what are these income statements? Yeah, different reports. You kind of show some of the level of granularity you go into with your services, right? Like I know a lot of people sell business plans and it's like just a text document. It seems that with your Fiverr gallery here, you show that maybe you even dive into some of their data and run some analytics and use that to drive the business plan. I think that especially the price points you're at, this isn't just for like any bootstrapping, out of your basement startup. You're targeting people who are really investing in their business. I think that's great. So the description. Welcome. Do you need your business plan done professionally or need to turn existing business data into solid projections for investors? Okay, so I was right. He does go into the data. That's really good. Is your annual budget and operating plan just not coming together, or perhaps you need a financial expert to take care of everything? Well, look no further. I've been in finance for over a decade and just cannot get enough of it. So send your gig my way and rest assured your request is in great hands. I believe it. The gig will provide you with comprehensive financial models for your existing or startup venture. All models are well constructed and developed based on solid, acceptable accounting and finance principles. Depending on your package and needs, you can expect the following: pro forma financial statements, income statements, balance sheets, cash flow, financial metrics and ratios, assumptions tabs, graphs, charts as required, cap tables, DCF, investor ready files. Please reach out with any questions or to clarify your specific needs. I respond to all inquiries within a couple of hours. We can work together to draft a solution to meet your needs. Looking forward to working with you. Please place an order now or contact me for a custom offer. So I think this gig is fantastic. I can't really tell you anything to improve on, but I do have some thoughts. Like it seems like, you're obviously getting orders. You're selling a premium service. This is like almost like you're being a business consultant, right? Like a consultant for investors or startups or people looking to get funding. So you're targeting a very specific group of people because, when I look at Fiverr and how it relates to people running a startup, usually they have the startup running and they turn to Fiverr to outsource work. So you're coming at this from an interesting perspective where the type of people who would hire you to do this need to be serious, right? They need to be vested and invested in the business they're starting and running. So I think this gig will always be kind of low touch, like low impressions, low clicks, just because at the prices and the quality and the depth of service you're offering, there's only like a small group of people comparatively to the rest of Fiverr that are going to be going for this. But I think that once those types of people do find this, they're probably going to have a lot of faith in what you're selling. And it looks like you have the experience, the expertise, and the professionalism. I think you're going to do fine. What I would maybe consider is if you have a network, or if I don't know why you're on Fiverr, like if this is a hobby or trying to build a business, you might want to consider trying to reach out to startups on LinkedIn and wherever and drive them to your Fiverr gig and be like, hey, this is where I offer this service. It's very specific. And just based on having a little bit of experience working with consultants, you're not you're charging, it's a substantial amount of money for a lot of people, but relative to the value they're going to be getting, it's not that bad. They might be interested in following you to your gig. So overall, I think this is a great service. I think my focus, if I were you, would be how do I drive more people to this gig? And that might mean doing a little bit of prospecting yourself off the Fiverr platform. But overall, fantastic. It's really cool to see someone with such a deep level of expertise on Fiverr. So I really hope you succeed, Lucas. And thank you so much for submitting. All right, we got one more to review. I'm just going to go to the chat really quick. We got Umair says, hello, Mike. Last night I was scrolling YouTube and found your live and set reminders for it. I'm here on request. Please review my profile and suggest me to do improvements. I changed my niche multiple times from Shopify to Amazon, etc. And someone suggests me to focus low-fee gigs first and then go towards high-paying gigs. So Umer, my advice is to focus on the thing you are best at in the beginning. Focus on offering services in the area of expertise where you have the most skills. If you do that, you can expand from there as you learn and adopt new skills. Switching from Shopify to Amazon, to me, when I hear that, unless you're an equal level of mastery at both, it seems like an irrelevant thing to do. Why not just offer services in both? Anyways, I hope that was helpful. Oh, wow. Before we go to the next one, Anne says, guess who got the Fiverr's Choice badge today? That's fantastic. Congrats. That's amazing. And Duru says, drink some water. Thanks. My throat is dying. I appreciate that. Thank you. Looking out. Okay, so last profile today. So it's Varmith. He's got like the Steve Jobs turtleneck look going. I like it. Bespoke designs at great prices, and it looks like he's in a bespoke suit. I think that's pretty cool. 28 reviews, all 5-star. Fantastic. So I'm a graphic designer who basically loves anything that involves creativity and original thinking. Freelancing bridges the gap between passion and a job for me. I'm open to gigs involving branding for your social media presence. I assure you of great quality services and support from my end. Let's get to work. It's like almost like a charming profile description. I think that's really, really, really good. Okay, so let's look at this one. Seems to be your most popular gig. I will design an engaging Instagram carousel post with 10 slides. I think it's good. Like, I think it's hard for me to give SEO advice when someone's gig is doing so well. So I think that's a great title. I think you're a character. You got a funny profile description. I love that you have a little picture of yourself pointing at you, saying you're their graphic designer, and it looks like your work is good. You know, it looks you got some skills. Ooh, the one thing I hate though, your unlimited revision part of your 6-point checklist. Don't like that. Okay, so about this gig. Want to grow your Instagram in 2021? Start using carousel posts. Carousel posts are the most relevant way to grow your engagement organically in 2021. A good carousel post is one that's seamlessly cohesive with your brand and consists of 10 slides. Statistically, Instagram carousels with 10 slides have the highest engagement rate. So if you're struggling in designing and managing Instagram carousels on a regular basis, this is the perfect gig for you. Why choose me? I'm a designer who works to build long-term work relationships with my clients. This is possible only when I deliver quality services. First, I'll understand your business for the industry you're in. I design content that's cohesive and goes well with your brand. You review the design and get unlimited revisions. Oof, that's the only thing I don't like. Finally, I deliver the work in an organized manner through a Google Drive link. I offer full-fledged services related to social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and then he has all the SEO stuff at the bottom. This is a great gig. This is really good. So for people watching, what he's done here, this is a really good strategy. So he's used a statistic to help validate his service. So statistically, carousels with 10 images or 10 slides have the highest engagement rate. People who are looking for the service, that's what they're after. They want people to engage with their posts. And then he goes on to say that his service does that. So he's setting the stage for himself using statistics. And then his service is the solution that statistic is referencing. Really, really, really good. I don't have any negative feedback about this gig other than unlimited revisions. So I'm not a big fan of unlimited revisions. I think that as sellers, it puts you in a situation where you might be in a tough situation if someone just wants to keep abusing you for free work. But overall, great gig, great profile. Really happy you took the time. All right, everyone. So we're at 1 hour and 10 minutes, and my throat is so dry. That's going to be it for today. Thank you so much, everyone who submitted your information to me for review. If you're new here and you want your gig to appear in a future video, send me an email to the email on my YouTube About page with your Fiverr username and which gig you want me to review, and I will totally review it in a future live stream. So thanks you all for watching, and until next time, take care. Cheers.